people with assets amounting to around 10 million or so, they prefer to be overweight, at least here in Mindanao, no? They prefer to be overweight in fixed income assets like bonds, treasury bills, time deposits, and then some of them they dedicate maybe anywhere between 10-30% of their assets in riskier ones like stocks, equities, REITs, stuff like that. If you have 10 million pesos, investing it in a fixed income instrument right now for 1 year, possibly you can expect your returns to be anywhere between 400 to 600,000 pesos in a year. You can expect that you will get paid the interest payments regularly, and then you can reasonably expect naman to get the principal back once it matures. Let's say out of the 10 million, you can put 2 million in short term that matures every 60 days. Para every 60 days, kung kailangan mo bigla ng pera, pwede mo siya i-withdraw. And then the rest, you can do one 5-year and the other 10-year. So that's the value actually of a private banker. We help clients explore all those possibilities. Kaya para nakikita natin ng bigger picture yung talagang lahat ng kailangan nila when it comes to their investment.
Speaking of that, no, kasi you mentioned yung mga high net worth clients are 10 million up. Normally, how do they diversify their finances? And what do you normally recommend?
Yeah, so when it comes to diversification, we definitely have no one standard way of diversifying them, since it mostly depends on their risk tolerance and investment objective. So, kumbaga, someone with 10 million pesos, someone with 1 million, ganon, it depends on what they're really seeking after their investments. But at least for me, I've come to discover that people with assets amounting to around 10 million or so, they prefer to be overweight, at least here in Mindanao, no? They prefer to be overweight in fixed income assets like bonds, treasury bills, time deposits, and then some of them they dedicate maybe anywhere between 10-30% of their assets in riskier ones like stocks, equities, REITs, stuff like that.
I like when you shared yung mga different options, like yung mga bonds, yung mga treasuries. For those people who are watching that they have extra funds and they're interested to make their money work hard for them, at least to give them an idea, under your care or in your institution, roughly ano yung range ng per annum interest if linagay sa treasuries, pag linagay sa bonds, pag linagay sa ibang instruments, para at least people can see, okay, ito yung mga instrument na pwedeng maglago ng pera ko at ito yung range of the percentage na pwedeng makuha.
Yeah. So again, of course, with interest rates, it depends on one factor of that is the BSP. Then, of course, it also depends on the capital requirements of that particular bank. So it can vary from bank to bank, but at least right now, even though the BSP, recently cut rates, I think that was last month. It's still relatively high compared to during the pandemic era when rates were really, really down. So siguro a safe assumption for our viewers would be somewhere around 4 to 5% per annum when you invest in 4 to 6% depending on the tenor, depending on the exact instrument that you want to invest in. Siguro 4 to 6% per annum is going to be a solid baseline, no? Solid assumption for you. So if you have 1 million pesos, kunwari, or if you have 10 million pesos, investing it in a fixed income instrument right now for 1 year, possibly you can expect your returns to be anywhere between 400 to 600,000 pesos in a year. So something like that.
Right. So far, at least in the context of 2024 and maybe 2025, if you were to choose, ano yung, syempre iba naman profile ng mga tao, no? Saan mo mas recommend na mag-invest sila? Sa bonds ba? Sa treasuries ba? Sa money market ba? Ano yung normally na mas nagiging happy yung clients sa
Yeah.
type ng product?
Yeah. So right now, given again relatively higher pa din naman yung rates, tapos the BSP has somewhat signaled that they might be cutting rates even further by next year, meaning bababa pa lalo yung rates. If you can afford to, you have two options essentially. No, you can, if you can, lock in your funds at a long-term fixed income instrument, like kunwari bonds na 3 years, 5 years, or kung kaya 10 years or so. If you can lock in for long-term at current rates, I think that's going to be good for you. Kasi if you can get 5-6% per annum on bonds, that's not too far from what you would make on average from the stock market. Pero ito, since it's fixed income, 'di ba? Assuming of course the issuer of the bond is of sound quality, you can expect that you will get paid the interest payments regularly, and then you can reasonably expect naman to get the principal back once it matures. Without the risk na of even though bond prices fluctuate, pero as long as you hold it to maturity, that should work out well pa din for you instead of, going with stocks right now. Kung kaya mo long term. But if you want higher yields, of course, you might have to venture into riskier assets like stocks.
You mentioned yung bonds that syempre may 3 years, may 5 years, may 10 years. There are people, they're interested to invest their money, especially kung natutulog lang. There are people who are curious na yung 10 years okay siya, pero hindi ko sure baka biglang gusto kong ilipat yung funds ko. So, I believe that's a common concern din pagka nagla-lock in ng mga 10 years. Pagka nag 10 years ba, or let's say kahit 5 years or 3 years, can they transfer it or sell it to someone at a premium or at a discount? Or pwede naman bawiin pero wala na silang profit and buo yung principal? How does that work? Let's say they need the money na before the maturity date.
Yeah. So if we're talking strictly about bonds, no? So bonds naman are tradable. So you can actually sell it earlier. Definitely you can sell it earlier than maturity kasi it's traded in a secondary market in a bond exchange. So pwede mo naman din siyang talaga ibenta in case you need the money now, or in case it goes up in value and you're happy with your earnings already na you don't want to wait any further. So definitely that's possible. I'd like to note lang that the usual movement for bonds is that if interest rates go down, usually existing bond prices will go up. So kunwari, right now, I mean, based on communication from the BSP, and I think most other analysts are thinking the same thing. If interest rates will go down again next year, then that might make it possible that existing bonds right now will increase in price. So if you decide to sell next year or 2 years after, assuming na bumagsak nga talaga ang rates, you might have the chance to sell it at a premium. Pero if kunwari you buy bonds today and then next year nagtaas ng interest rates, your bond prices are going to go lower. No, you can expect it to go lower. So pwedeng if you will need the money immediately, baka mapilitan kang magbenta at a discount. So kaya I usually tell my clients, no, if you have reservations about those kinds of things, wala namang nagbabawal sa atin na mag-diversify, di ba? Parang you can put it in a short-term time deposit, whatever amount you're comfortable with. Usually, I help them discover kung ano yung potential na need nila na yun. You can put, let's say, out of the 10 million, you can put 2 million in short-term that matures every 60 days. Para every 60 days, kung kailangan mo bigla ng pera, pwede mo siya i-withdraw. And then the rest, you can do one 5-year and the other 10-year. So that's the value actually of a private banker. We help clients explore all those possibilities. Kaya para nakikita natin ng bigger picture yung talagang lahat ng kailangan nila when it comes to their investment.
Yeah, and that's the value of really tapping experts. Syempre, marami ka naman makukuha ang free resources, pero syempre may premium din. And shortcut yung learning curve mo sa investments, especially kung may nag-guide sa iyo. So that's why Robbie is here. Kung taga Mindanao ka and you want great service and knowledgeable person who will help you, Robbie is the guy.